on him directly is a man by the name of Charlemagne the God. Charlemagne the God. That's what he calls himself, a god. Charlemagne the God will lose his life. The Lord said that this man will be, and then he used the modern world, that word that people know and realize what it is, said this man will be canceled. To be canceled, I guess, is to no longer be cool, to no longer be acceptable. Usually people get canceled when they find out things about you, but I'm not certain if the canceling the Lord meant is canceling as in he's going to lose his life, or canceled as in he's going to be socially canceled and then he will lose his life. He is a mocker and a scoffer, and Yah says that he is like a thorn in the flesh of people. God says that this man has destroyed many by what he calls the mocker's tongue. He has been the downfall of many, calling them names and making their faults and their deepest weaknesses public as a form of mockery and entertainment. Yah says, Charlemagne has brought down the firepan of public ridicule on the heads of others, and it will be brought down on his own head in return with the same measure that he measured to others, which is a very short measure indeed. It will be measured to him. The Lord says he will die and leave a confusion, that's in quotations, behind him. Something will be out of place concerning this man that will cause confusion, and the Lord says another will take his place. Yah is clearing the heavens of all obstructions and also changing the guard. No one who is living unrighteously will remain standing at the end of the days of Yah's judgment. And so this man is a radio personality on quite a well listened to and popular show called, I think it's called The Breakfast Show. And God says that he's going to be canceled. And the Lord's estimation of this man is that he mocks and scoffs at people, and he takes great delight in destroying them by making their scandals and their deepest weaknesses public as a way of entertaining people by mocking them. So this is basically, somebody has a scandal, somebody has an issue, you drag them through the mud on the radio show. Sometimes you invite them to the radio show and drag them through the mud again if they're foolish enough to come. You invite other people and you talk about people who are falling in the public eye as a form of entertaining people. And God says that this man has a particular way of going about it. He brings down the firepan of public ridicule on the heads of others. I discussed it recently, that a firepan is a very wide and fanning metal kind of scoop, and you use it when you're dealing with blazing hot coals that you would not be able to scoop these coals up with a rubber implement or a plastic implement or even a wooden implement, because they would all either melt or catch fire if it's wood. A fire pan is metal, and it usually has a safe handle, so you're great to scoop in there. And you can imagine a boiling hot scoop of public shame, publicly being talked about, publicly being dragged down and mocked, and someone is pouring that out on you like coals upon your head. The Lord says that this is how Charlemagne the God makes his living, and he's going to be dealt in the same way. So in other words, God is saying that this man is going to have a massive scandal, some kind of huge thing that is going to cause public shame, public scandal, public ridicule, public mockery, being talked about, being called names, having his faults and his weaknesses made public as a form of entertaining people and also mocking him. With the same measure he measured to others, God is saying that he doesn't show mercy. That's what it means, a short measure indeed. To give someone a short measure means that you don't show grace. You're not even trying to give them another chance. Something happens and you're on it just like a dog on a scent, dragging it out and trying to drag the body out or drag the issue out so that everybody can see it. And maybe even if the scandal is trying to die down, then you do part 1, part 2, part 9, part 17, so that the shame and the stench of whatever happened does not go away easily for that person. The Lord says that the same way he does things is how he's going to have things done to him. The same way he has measured a short measure, he's also going to give a short measure. And God says that this man will lose his life, and there will be some kind of tumult or confusion left in the wake of his death.